Welcome back for another episode of On a Mission. I'm your host, Dr. Wendy Norfleet with Norfleet Integrated Solutions, and it is my pleasure to welcome back Katie Howard with James Moore Advisory Services, or JMA HR Solutions. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you for having me, Wendy.
So, Katie, what's new? I know we were talking about that before,
Yeah.
and instead of being a downtime right now, you're really busy.
I am. It's kind of incredible in a great way. Usually, at this time of year, employers are kind of winding down. They're getting ready for the holidays. My clients are starting to take some time off, and yeah, that's not the case. More people are needing our services. We're kind of getting some traction. We've been very busy speaking, getting the word out, what we do. And it's not slowing down, which is a good thing.
It's a good thing, but sometimes we all need that mental health break.
Right. I'm not getting the break much right now. None of my team is right now, which, again, wonderful in a sense, but tiring also in a sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm very happy for you. It's always nice to say business is blooming.
Yes.
But, are you seeing like certain trends as far as the services being asked for at this time of year?
Lots of training. I think people are trying to close up with, employees are starting to take time off. They want to get these trainings in before they close out the year, whether it be about, sexual harassment, a lot of conflict management. I think obviously with holidays coming, the stress adds up. People get a little quirky.
You guys do stress management too? Because that's a huge thing. I know
it is.
I get, I write a blog and I get a lot of questions this time of year about dealing with the holidays.
Right. And mental health is huge.
It is.
And making sure people are being supported in their workplace, because so many people spend more time in their workplace than they do with their families.
I know.
So our role a lot of time is to identify that and help employers make smart decisions in handling those situations.
That's great.
Yeah.
So do you see that, I'm talking about the mental health and stress management, that sometimes you have to talk to the people that are working, remote workers, even more so sometimes, especially if they're first time because they don't know how to shut off?
Right. And I think isolation gets to people really quick. Like there is so much to be said. I mean, I have actually been remote and I'm super social since before COVID, and it was a huge adjustment for me. Likewise, I think people start feeling isolated. So the importance of employers adding in their culture, even to their remote workers, just like they do their on-site workers, making sure they're feeling supported, reaching out regularly, lots of communication, and noticing when people are doing the burnout.
Right. And also incorporating fun activities, because just because you're remote doesn't mean that we can't do things as a group or
Absolutely.
a team.
If you have remote teams, I highly recommend like remote culture groups so they plan fun events. We do it at James Moore. It's fantastic. Once a month, we get together and do something fun, something different, something not work related. Right. So,
I know, isn't that crazy? A lot of people say, well, it's taking away time from work, but it actually makes people more productive.
Right, and teamwork, and a lot of, especially our younger generations, seek out social relationships in their workplace.
Right.
And so that's where they're actually making those connections. So there are many, many studies that show having a work bestie actually increases retention.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So any other trends you're seeing this time of year?
So this time of year, again, lots of closing out things. Open enrollment is huge. Lots of people are renewing their benefits. So I know my broker friends are pulling their hair out. Everybody does, between October and the first of the year.
Asking you questions and trying to do those tables and say, okay, which one is better?
Right. What should we do? How do we migrate people maybe off of a richer plan into a comparable plan, but it's a little more affordable on the employer? And it's a balance. You don't want to take away your benefits from your employees, and you want to have really great offerings. However, it gets really costly.
It is really
costly. Quick. Really costly. So making sure you're looking at all the avenues and options, and honestly knowing your audience. There are employees that actually don't want health insurance.
Right.
And so what are they looking for instead?
Right. Especially here, because I've noticed that a lot of people are veterans.
Right.
And where they have the health benefits
Right.
and things like that, or they're a spouse of one, and maybe,
Right.
And so sometimes they don't want that.
Right. We have a lot of government workers. We have a lot of civil service. We have a lot of military. And ultimately, their benefits are better than what a lot of employers can offer. So therefore, give them options of something else that they might want to do.
Okay, that's great.
To keep them engaged.
So what do you, if you had last couple of words to tell people about what you offer or why they should come to you?
There's a lot, it's ever changing. And as a business owner or an employer, you need to do what you do best, which is what you sell, what your services, whatever it might be. We do HR best. So let us help you with that and focus on your business.
Well, that's a great segue. Yeah. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you so much for having me again, Wendy.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And please, if you need an HR solution, please check out JMA HR Solutions. And we'll see you next time on Buzz TV.